before we get started here, too, injury report hasn't come out yet, right? Tony Pollard.
It looked like, so I saw Archer, Todd Archer was tweeting out just about an hour ago, Leighton Vander Esch doing some resistance training during practice. Tony Pollard with that thigh issue was not spotted during the open session to the media.
Okay. That's the one you need to keep an eye. I know that
Jerry acted like it wasn't a big deal with Sean and Bobby this morning.
Yeah, keep an eye on that one. I don't know if Tony Pollard's going to play this weekend, or actually Thursday. So,
which makes sense, right? If this is a game that it looks like the Titans might be punting on anyways.
See, that's what I was talking with my buddies down in Jacksonville, because I was trying, they're getting ready to play them too. So I was asking them about, how do you think they'll play this game? And my guys down there are like, they kind of feel like this is going to be like a preseason game for them. And when it comes to resting guys, because if you're following the story, the winner of the Jacksonville Titans game in week 17, 18, what are we in?
Yeah, that'll be week 18 because we're in week 17 now.
Yeah, week 18. That will be all
for the marbles game,
that'll
right?
be for the AFC South. And so this game really, really doesn't matter. So my Jacksonville buddies were all saying, hey, we're in a situation right now where, they're trying to figure out if Malik Willis is going to be the quarterback or it's Joshua Dobbs, who, Dobbs is a guy that we were just talking about, kind of, super smart kid. He was quarterback at Tennessee.
Went to Pittsburgh. He was a backup with the Steelers for a few years.
Exactly. He's kind of, he's had some opportunities, not many opportunities to play, but he's always been kind of a backup guy. And they were wondering if this week that maybe that Dobbs would get some work, against the Cowboys to kind of see if they can get him ready, or would they just go ahead and spring him on the Jaguars in that last week. So if you're the Cowboys, you're kind of thinking, getting ready for two quarterbacks again on a short week. We'll see. But
this is, as much as it's not important to the Titans, it is still very important to the Cowboys.
It is, because you're playing on Thursday, and the situation with the Eagles is, they're in a little bit of a hurt right now, and a little bit of hurt because of their quarterback with that, whether it's the whatever the AC joint or the SC joint that you deal with. And
that's weed. That's weed.
I've been learning.
Got him there for a second. Long weekend, Broaddus.
Got him.
I get it
for sure. But the one joint, the AC joint, you can, with Jalen Hurts, you can inject that. You can add medication. You could get that one fixed with some pain-killing medication to make it, to play.
A little Toradol get you right.
But from what I understand, there's an SC joint that he might be dealing with that's a little bit harder to medicate. And so if you're the Cowboys, you're sitting there thinking, well, they don't have their quarterback, they don't have their right tackle, they don't have their nickel corner right now. They're a little bit banged up. And so if you're them, the Cowboys, you got to keep playing. You have to keep playing until Philadelphia wins. Now, if Philadelphia this weekend, if the Cowboys win on Thursday and then the Eagles win on Sunday in New Orleans, then think about what you're going to do on next Sunday against the Commanders.
Right, because then that'll be a meaningless game for you.
That will be a meaningless game for you.
Versus them, which would be nice. You could treat that like a little playoff bye week if you wanted to.
Absolutely, and you're in a situation too where you might you might look at that and say, okay, do you want to play this thing with a chance to win to get the Packers in, or do you want to just not play it and just rest people, and then the Commanders, if they win, them likely getting into the playoffs. So
okay,
I've gone round and round about this whole thing. The Cowboys, my thought about them winning the East. It was like before
you heard that Dre.
Yeah.
Dre got you. Exactly. Like the West, y'all. I know I can feel you, bro.
California dreaming, all of a sudden I was like going off,
It's a trigger for everybody.
Really. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I get it.
But I was just thinking about that. Which team would you, I'm trying to think of what team would you want as that 6th or 7th seed to maybe go beat Philadelphia. That's kind of what I was thinking about, is because the lowest seed goes to the first round. But, the Vikings are a team that I don't think anybody really, really trusts the Vikings in this playoff thing. But anyway,
No,
Nothing.
unless you ask my brother when we had a big heated debate about Dak Prescott, as I'm sure many people did amongst family this weekend, and he lobbed out Kirk Cousins as a name that he'd take over Dak, and I wanted to punch him in the jugular.
Yeah.
Almost ruined Christmas.
Is this the brother that looks like you?
It's the brother that looks like me, yeah. He's in town from Denver, and he's watching Russell Wilson all season, and so his eyes are skewed on what quarterbacks should look like.
Yeah.
Does it kind of arguing in the mirror type of thing? Does it feel weird?
It does.
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Well, not only the mirror, but our voices are the same.
Oh, really?
Seriously, Lucius.
Make the same dumb faces and stuff, respectfully.
Yeah, for sure.
He showed up.
Absolutely.
He showed up at the game. I swear, I thought Eric was just bagging on the pregame show just to go to the game. I'm like, what is he doing, man? I go, what, that's ballsy showing up. But anyway,
so ballsy.
Here we go. Titans. The receivers, you're gonna have to worry about a little bit with Traylon Burks. He's from Arkansas. He's a rookie. He was their first-round pick. They also have Robert Woods. The problem is they don't have anybody that can really get him the ball. Malik Willis just isn't good enough throwing the ball right now. The thing you have to worry about Malik Willis, the quarterback, is running the ball.
100%.
You know, if that all of a sudden things break down, because the one thing is he's a big guy, he's elusive, he's got some quickness to him. You know, he can make people miss. All those things you want to describe as a guy who can run the ball and be effective. So he's not going to beat you throwing the ball. But, you know, that's why I said Dobbs might be a guy you'll see. If you want to attack a guy, attack Dennis Daly, the left tackle, number 71. He's the guy that seems like he struggles the most with pass protection. He's laid off the ball, too, a lot. So
that's a nightmare.
Yeah,
if
it's a
you got
nightmare.
Parsons
Exactly.
on or Sam Williams.
Exactly. Somebody that can rush the passer over there. Nicholas Petit-Frere is the other tackle. He's a little bit banged up, so there might be a new right tackle in there for the Titans. My hope is for you that Derrick Henry does not play in this football game.
If I'm them, why would you play him?
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking the same thing.
It's a meaningless game for the Titans. And the next game is a playoff game. So to me, I would keep my horses healthy, especially with this being a short week.
Yeah, absolutely. So we all know Derrick Henry. We've all seen the highlights. It's the downhill running. It's the toss sweep. If you hit him in the side, you're gonna bounce off him. You got to square him up. If he's playing the game, he's their best weapon on offense. It's not even close.
There's no way to game plan for tackling a guy like that.
No, it's
unless you can get like a Mack truck on the practice field and have your guys tackle that.
You have to square. The Texans did a really good job of getting guys up the field and making that happen. You know, getting penetrators and then hitting him square. But when you get a side shot on him, he's just gonna bust it. All right, they don't let you run the ball on defense. You know, DeMarcus Walker, Jeffrey Simmons, Autry, these guys, they just don't let you run the ball on offense. They're one of the best teams in the league when it comes to defending the run. They're really poor in the secondary and pass. They're banged up right now in the secondary a little bit. Their best secondary player is a guy, Roger McCreary, who they drafted in the second round from Auburn. If you listen to the draft show or you listen to our coverage, you know what we thought about Roger McCreary. He's a long, rangy type of player. He's going to play press. He's going to get up on you. He's capable of taking your guys out of the game. But they have been struggling with their passing game as far as defending
pass
the pass
defense.
Yeah,
pass rush.
Pass rush is actually, I think, pretty decent because what happens is they've got Bud Dupree, but Bud Dupree from Pittsburgh has been banged up too. His health, so if he's banged up, they probably won't play him in this game.
There you go.
So that's where you're kind of looking at. You're probably going to see a lot of backup players on defense here.
It's a preseason game for the Titans.
Yeah, but Kevin Byard is, I think, that one of the better safeties in the league. He's been in the league since 2016. He is extremely tough. He's a turnover guy. He's always going to be around the tackle and stuff like that. You just got to be ready. If number 31's in the game, he's going to come downhill. He's going to try and strike you. He's a really, really good tackler. But yeah, these guys are not there. If Simmons and Autry and those guys, Autry's been dealing with a little bit of a knee issue, but that front four they got for the Titans, I see why they don't let anybody run the ball. They get after you up front. So protect, throw the football. Might be in some pretty good shape with what they've got going on in the secondary with some injuries, and then also with Bud Dupree probably not playing in this game.